Lewis Hamilton has finally broken his silence and set the record straight about the future of Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur. As the rumors about Vasseur's possible sacking ahead of the Canadian Grand Prix kept growing louder, Hamilton decided it was time to speak up, and he didn't hold back. With clarity and strength, Hamilton declared something that cut through all the media noise. In front of journalists, fans, and F1 insiders, he made one thing very clear. Fred's the main reason I'm in this team. That single sentence immediately changed the entire conversation around Ferrari. It's important to understand how powerful that statement is, especially at a time when Ferrari is under immense pressure. The 2025 season has been difficult for the team. What was supposed to be a major step forward with Hamilton joining the Scuderia has instead become a struggle. They haven't won a single race so far this year. They're trailing behind McLaren in the championship by nearly 200 points. Yes, McLaren, not Red Bull. And although Charles Leclerc has picked up some solid results recently, Hamilton has found it hard to connect with the SF25 car. His best finish came early in the season, and since then it's been a battle just to keep the car in the points. These kinds of results always lead to pressure at a team like Ferrari, and in Italy, Ferrari is not just a Formula One team. It's a symbol. It's part of the country's identity. That's why when things don't go well, the media doesn't just report it, they attack. Patience is short, and the calls for change come quickly. Recently, headlines across Italian newspapers suggested that Fred Vasseur could be sacked if Ferrari didn't show signs of improvement soon. The tone became more and more negative, and the idea of replacing Vasseur was no longer just speculation. It began to feel like a real possibility. And then came Hamilton's bold and direct response. In a tense press conference just before the Canadian Grand Prix, he looked around the room, faced the growing doubts head-on, and said without any hesitation that Fred is the reason he joined Ferrari. This wasn't a diplomatic answer meant to calm people down. This was a statement made with full conviction. Hamilton wanted everyone to know exactly where he stands. He didn't hide behind vague words. He stood beside Vasseur and made it clear that he has no interest in any changes at the top of the team. This is a huge moment because it shows just how deeply Hamilton believes in the vision that Fred Vasseur brought to Ferrari. When Hamilton signed with Ferrari, it wasn't just for the car, the brand, or the history. It was for the leadership. He believes in the project that Vasseur is building. He believes that this is something long-term, something that needs time and patience. And now, in the face of public doubt, he is putting his full support behind the man who convinced him to take this massive step in the first place. "We're in this together," Hamilton said. Those words may seem simple, but in a team like Ferrari, they are very powerful. Ferrari has often been known for internal tension, politics, and finger-pointing when things go wrong. So when a world champion like Hamilton says that he's standing with the team principal and that they'll move forward side by side, it means something. He admitted the results aren't where they should be. He admitted there are problems to fix. But instead of shifting the blame or looking for someone to take the fall, Hamilton stood firm and sent a message to the world. This is not the time for panic. This is the time for unity. Hamilton went even further. He said clearly that replacing Vasseur is not something he would ever support. He pointed out how long it takes to rebuild a team like Ferrari, how important consistency is, and how damaging it can be to keep changing people at the top. Embedding new people, new personnel, it takes time to adjust, he explained. That kind of disruption, according to Hamilton, only slows the process down. It doesn't fix the problem. In his view, sacking Vasseur would be a step backward. At the very moment Ferrari needs to move forward. That's why Hamilton's message is so important. At a time when everything at Ferrari feels uncertain, when the results are not meeting expectations and the pressure is rising from all directions, Hamilton has chosen to take a leadership role, not just inside the car, but inside the team. And make no mistake, this kind of public support doesn't happen by accident. This is a driver who knows exactly what he's doing. He's been part of winning teams. He's seen what works and what doesn't, and he's choosing to trust the process. Many expected Hamilton to distance himself from Ferrari's struggles. After all, he's new to the team. He could have easily said that the car isn't suited, to his driving style or that he's still adjusting. But he didn't. Instead, he said he's committed, that he's here for the long haul, that he wants to be part of the rebuild, not just a quick fix. And those are not the words of someone thinking about quitting. Those are the words of someone who sees a future here, who sees potential in the people around him, and who believes that with time Ferrari can rise again. This moment matters more than many people might realize, because when a driver of Hamilton's status speaks like this, it carries weight. It changes the mood in the garage. It sends a signal to the rest. Of the team. It tells the engineers, the mechanics, the strategists, we're all in this together. And right now, Ferrari needs that kind of unity more than anything else. The Canadian Grand Prix isn't just another race. It's a key moment in the season. It's a test, not just of the car, but of the team's strength and direction. Montreal is a track that requires precision. Its low-speed corners and tight walls leave no room for error. To do well there, the car needs to be well-balanced. The drivers need to feel confident, and the strategy has to be perfect. For a team like Ferrari, which has been battling off-track headlines more than on-track competitors lately, this weekend could be a turning point or another disaster. That's why Hamilton's comments are so important. They may be the one thing helping Ferrari stay grounded in a time of chaos. If Ferrari delivers a strong performance in Canada, if Hamilton finds pace, and if Leclerc continues his form, the entire mood could shift. Hamilton's support for Vasseur would be seen as more than just loyalty. It would be seen as leadership, as the start of something new. A driver stepping up not only on track, but off it, guiding a struggling team with calm and confidence. In that case, this press conference might be remembered as the moment the season turned around. But if Ferrari struggles again, if the car is slow, if mistakes are made, then the noise will come back. And this time, it could be even louder. The media won't forget Hamilton's words. They'll ask if his faith was misplaced. They'll question whether the team really is united. And they'll return to the same question. Is Fred Vasseur the right person to lead this team? That's the risk Hamilton is taking. By standing with Vasseur so openly, he's putting part of his reputation on the line. But that also shows how serious he is. He's not just here to drive, he's here to build. And he knows that building something great takes time, it takes belief. It takes a willingness to go through the tough times, to face criticism, and to keep going even when the results aren't there. In many ways, this is the story of every great F1 team. No one wins instantly. Success in this sport doesn't come from panic or quick changes. It comes from structure, from planning, and from people working together with a shared vision. Hamilton understands that. That's why his message is about more than just defending Vasseur. It's about protecting Ferrari's future. It's about stopping the cycle of constant change and giving the team space to grow. And the truth is, Hamilton's voice matters. When he speaks, people listen. He's not just a driver. He's a 7-time world champion. He knows what it takes to build a winning team because he helped build one at Mercedes. And now at Ferrari, he's offering that same wisdom. He's saying, we need stability, not chaos. We need to work together, not tear each other apart. For fans, this is a powerful moment because it shows that Hamilton isn't giving up. He's not walking away from the challenge. He's not blaming others. He's standing firm, showing loyalty and trying to bring the team together. And that kind of leadership might be exactly what Ferrari needs to survive this storm. The Canadian Grand Prix will tell us a lot. If Ferrari can deliver under pressure, it could be the start of something bigger. If they fail again, the road ahead will be even more difficult. But no matter what happens, Hamilton's position is